Well, hello, my beautiful Gemini. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for November 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam. Okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, I will be using guide chimes, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound. So let us start your reading and let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Gemini, this is your monthly reading for November. I can't believe we're here already, but here we are. The months are literally flying on by, but November has arrived and it promises to be a pretty big month ahead, for we have officially moved into smoldering Scorpio season. And let's just say that this month it may slip on in quietly, but it certainly holds a lot of gravitas, a lot of intensity, and it offers you an opportunity for your fearlessness, your inner strength to make major power moves in silence, but the results and the rewards will make some monumental noise for you later on in your future. For you shall be magnetic. This is about drawing and attracting opportunity towards you. It's a highly transformative month to do a deep dive emotionally and to rise up like a phoenix to rebirth, overcome any issues, and reclaim your power, your sovereignty, and of course, your success. Now, the truth, they say, shall set us free, and this is a supercharged month of cathartic release and reset, as captivating Scorpio season bestows Plutonian energy upon us all to face our truth with a critical eye and cast out anything that does not enrich ourselves and our journey ahead. It is here that we hold ourselves to higher standards, and with laser-like focus, this month it's full steam ahead. That final push before December encourages a slower pace. Now, persuasive Scorpio season amplifies persistence and tenacity as the driving force and determination behind your plans, your goals, and your dreams. And of course, this month, just to let you know, I only take uprights in the deck there, so I'm just putting that in the correct position there. I want you to know that this month it encourages you to seek your truth and wear it proud, confront any fears, challenge the status quo, ask leading questions, and dig a little bit deeper and contemplate, of course, the mysteries of you and all that you are capable of and more, as well as, you know, your interaction with your inner world and the world outside of yourself. Now, your sensual side also comes out to play as you explore new experiences and challenge yourself out of your comfort zone. This is the month to dare, to double dare, even as your inner rebel sets the tone and pace for the coming weeks. And your starting card there is the Devil card, so perhaps you're going to be leaning a little bit more into excess over the next couple of weeks, but we'll tap into that to see what's going on there for you. But it's not all action-packed, for you may also have a profound sense of yearning for alone time, and that will be influenced by your 12th house, my beautiful Gemini. That's really going to kind of help you seek a desire to process your path, understand your emotions, really let go of the past, and make sense of the deeper undertones of life. Of course, emotional security and your home life will be firmly on your mind as you really try to make sense of a world that is undergoing a radical shift. Now, the super full moon will be in the sign of Taurus on the 5th of November, offering you an opportunity to remain practical and stay on top of your finances, as well as foster habits to attract more wealth and abundance. Plus the Uranus retrograde, which is already occurring, it will dip back into the sign of Taurus, requesting you to revisit financial strategies or reevaluate spending habits, but with a bit of a twist. This time it's a bit of a notion to gift yourself a little treat for you there, or even receive a token of appreciation from an alternative source. This retrograde also helps you to rewire or plan without sudden unexpected plot twists flinging you out of your comfort zone. Always nice to step out of your own comfort zone, not be flung by outside circumstances. So this month will be a little bit calmer there. However, we do have a Mercury retrograde, which is a different story. It's notorious for causing issues with communication systems, delays, social media network glitches, miscommunication, and general befuddlement, especially when clarity is sought. So I would say get everything in writing as documented proof and save down financial statements to prove finances should there be that glitch. Now, the 6th of November sees Venus get up close and personal in the sign of Scorpio. So if you're single, expect sparks to fly with a new encounter. Definitely see a flirtation going on here for you this month, where there's a lot of chemistry. And if you're already committed, this month will dial up that chemistry and take it to a whole new level. It's really time to adore and explore. Sounds like a lot, right? But, you know, we do have Jupiter retrograding, which gives you an opportunity to breathe on the 11th, and it asks you to relax, question where you are spending your energy, and it reminds you that you've got this. For Scorpio season nudges you to be the change that you want to see in your world. And with that fire in your soul coming to the surface, you'll definitely be excited by the revamp. Now, in terms of global events, and please fast forward this part if you really don't wish to hear it, I did mention in my yearly forecast 2025 that this is a year of monumental shifts. Now we have Neptune's 165-year orbit period coming to a completion. It just dipped back into the sign of Pisces as a final salute before moving permanently into Aries, and this will never ever occur again in our lifetime. Last time Neptune shifted like this was between 1847 and 1875. Now, why could this be relevant? Well, that time period documents radical revolution, uprisings, advancement in technology, famous gold rushes, agricultural struggles, changes in monarchy, a shift in higher consciousness, which also saw the rise in spiritualism as people returned to their core values, and incidentally, the Suez Canal even underwent significant construction affecting trade. We see the same progression in that very same area as we embark on the same cycle. Now, I'm not saying that history will repeat itself this time round, but perhaps we can learn from the past to understand the present direction. Now, I also mentioned that this year would be all about fire and water. Neptune in Pisces affects oceans. When it moves to Aries, fire, of course. So land masses that have lain dormant for hundreds of thousands of years will be awakening. Volcanic eruptions there, and also there'll be some underwater topography that could be impacted. A solar maximum flare also will make an impact on seismic events and has the potential for major power outages as well there. Now, this too shall pass, of course. Plus, we'll also hear more about that mysterious three-eye atlas. And the conversation, the topic will be about its unusual light anomalies, of course. And there's one other aspect that has caught my attention, and I hope I'm wrong on this, but Mars also moves into the sign of Sagittarius, which can lead to potential conflict. Now, Mars is a fiery planet associated with confrontation and war. Combined with impulsive Sagittarius energy, this can trigger a gamble with audacious moves in order to expand or control. Rhetoric is replaced with action when these two combine, but again, I hope I'm wrong on that. Now, as always, there's so many levels and shifts, and they affect our energy differently. Global energies, of course, are different from personal energy. So on a personal level for you, my beautiful Gemini, the new moon in Scorpio on the 19th offers you a chance at something new, but with an electric twist, something bold, something daring, but most importantly, something meaningful and true to who you are. It offers you a period of reflection where you contemplate stealthy moves towards more abundance and security, for true power moves in silence, and a spark of the divine is lit within you, helping you engage more fully in all that enriches your soul and, of course, your wonderful path ahead. Now, I see a lot of practicality this month for you. I feel like you're on top of your goals and your dreams. You know, there's an energy here of like, looking at your emotions, of course, but kind of like compartmentalizing because you got stuff to do. So I really feel like you are up against it. Perhaps some of you have something time sensitive this month. This is the Devil card. Now, of course, on a personal level, this means that you're looking at your shadow self, where you feel sometimes you self-sabotage when things are going really well. Does doubt creep in there? A lot of you are looking at intrusive thoughts in order to quieten the inner critic there and do a lot of mending. I feel this is a deep soul-searching month for you there, so that you can be more independent and free of these negative thoughts or a lot of you have been under pressure recently, so it can indicate that when you're under pressure, sometimes you can be extra critical upon yourself. So you're just watching those thoughts and how you feel about yourself at this time and really wanting to build yourself up rather than tear yourself down. Remember, thoughts become things. You have a manifestation card, which is the Magician card right at the end there. And the King of Swords is your energy. So a lot of you may have felt a little bit out of sorts because it is in the resistance energy at this time. And you may feel that, you need a little bit more balance or tap into getting back into the rhythm of your life in some way. Now, of course, the Devil card can indicate that you're looking at your temptations this month. Could be that you're looking at excess. You're trying to temper your connection to excess there because you are a sign that has duality, of course, and, you may be and may not resonate with everyone, of course, this part, but you may be the sort of person that, when you engage in something that perhaps is a lot of fun and is a little bit naughty, or is perhaps, you imbibing something, getting intoxicated, it can indicate that you are learning your limit because you haven't quite found the limit. Because when you're enjoying yourself and having fun, you may tip the balance. I feel like you're going to be a little bit more serious this month or stricter with yourself there in order to know your limit when it comes to any excess there. And this can transition across the board. This can be like you looking at all the quick fixes when you're under pressure, on the go. Do you reach for like an unhealthy snack, or do you like reach for something that perhaps is just easy and it's maybe not as healthy for you? A lot of you may be preparing ahead if you've got a lot on there, preparing something healthier there for you, or trying to remain in balance. I feel like you're trying to do what is right for you at this time. And I would say this card is all about you being obsessive about your goals, but in a healthy way, because the Justice card and the King of Pentacles, they are kind of like clarifying this energy. Your sixth house is influencing you this month. So this can indicate that you're on top of your routines, your goals. You may have a structure. And although you want to get out there and play and do some wonderful things, there are certain things that you have to adhere to. And, the Devil card can indicate an energy of feeling a little bit stuck or bored. Okay. And sometimes people think the sixth house is a bit dull and boring because it feels like, you're just maintaining, sustaining, and keeping on top of the things that keep life running smoothly there for you. But when you're in balance, that means that, of course, you can have variety there. So, the sixth house is all about your schedules, focusing on workload, paying your bills, staying on top of like savings plans, budgets, repayment plans, and basically your responsibilities and tasks, and of course your health. So I feel a lot of you may feel like, oh, okay, it's just the same old thing, just a different day. But I also feel actually this is helping you create a path towards more independence, more freedom. You're on top of your finances. So you're going to be able to save a little bit more than you spend this month as well there. But of course, you need to be a little bit mindful of boredom because King of Swords is an indication that, you have an incredible mind. It needs to be, stimulated all the time. You need to find interesting things to keep things fresh. So if you're feeling a little bit stuck in a rut in some way, I feel like you may put your primary focus on how you can have variety as a spice of life, or how you can do what you feel is right and necessary because you have duties to adhere to this month. But this is also an energy of what would you rather be doing, leaning into your emotions there with that Queen of Cups. I mean, there's a lot of people here in your reading. I will discuss that in a moment. But this can be that you want to do more things that you feel attracted to, like having fun, going out there, and maybe even falling in love for some of you. So I feel there's stuff you have to do that you need to do, and you're finding the balance in that as well. I would say this is a big detoxifying month for you as well. So it can be that if you've just come off the back of a month of excess, if you went on a vacation, for example, and you sampled all the wonderful rich foods that were on offer, or perhaps you went out drinking or partying or whatever it is, this can be that now you're getting serious with your health goals. King of Pentacles is always connected to the body, investing in yourself in a different way, valuing your body, but really listening to your bodily needs. I feel a lot of you are a little bit underhydrated, so it could be that you're going to stay on top of your hydration levels there as well. But also, the Justice card energy indicates that you feel it's time to come back into some sort of balance there. Now, of course, this is a card of the shadow self, so this is going to throw up a lot of challenging thoughts there. Your 12th house is influencing that, so, the 12th house makes you feel extra sensitive. It triggers you with certain things, puts pressure on you with perhaps thoughts from the past. In order to heal, this is about you acknowledging that some aspects from the past can limit your future happiness, and you are freeing yourself up from that because there's a wonderfully independent card there for you as well. But I actually see this card as your protagonist energy, not as a negative energy. I feel a lot of you are identifying where you're feeling a little bit stuck in your life this month, and you're making necessary moves to free yourself up from that. A lot of you could be overthinking a pathway towards financial independence, but if you surrender to the process and take a measured approach, I feel like you've got the business skills and the know-how, the knowledge to invest in order to attract more wealth there. But the Devil card can actually indicate that you want life to be a little bit more fizzy, a little bit more exciting, a little bit more spontaneous. You want to reignite that lust for life. However, because of that King of Pentacles, you got stuff to do, okay? So yes, you are going to be focused on financial strategies. It kind of is business as usual because of your 6th house. Yes, you're going to be looking at your work habits. I mean, some of you also, I'm being given this energy of, this is random and it just came through there. Some of you may be spending a lot more time with your pets over the next coming weeks and months there. I don't see anything negative that you're worried about. I feel just that there is a general sensitivity, probably because of your 12th house. That means you're doing a lot of soul searching, and it will lead to some challenging thoughts there about your responsibilities, about life, about money, and they can pick up on your vibe. And if you're someone who does not have a pet right now, there may be a pet who wants to adopt you, or perhaps you have a yearning to adopt a pet. But more than anything, even if you go to, a sanctuary to adopt a pet, I feel the pet is going to adopt you. They're like, okay, that's my person. That's my soul buddy. So don't be surprised when they just join you and they indicate that you're the one. Okay, they're choosing you. So that's coming through there as well. But, I would say on a more practical level, because you are going to deal with the practicalities this month, the Justice card indicates you're on top of your correspondence, your emails, your tasks, a lot of legal documents as well. There could be some interesting legal news regarding money there. So this could be some sort of correspondence from a financial institution that makes you feel a little bit like, can I understand this more? Should I dig a little bit deeper into this? This could be some rules, regulations, or policies changing. I feel a lot of you are learning about protecting your wealth, especially if you're someone who's already wealthy. You may be looking at where you house your finances and, how much you are insured by. But also, even if you are not wealthy, I feel like you're on a path towards doubling down on your wealth. So you may be looking at how you can make your money work for you rather than the other way around. So you may find a way to automate something. I mean, some of you could also be launching your own business right now. This is a total boss energy, and the Justice card are the legalities that are required in order to structure that legal entity to become your own boss. So some of you could be thinking about that right now, and perhaps you're a little bit nervous or worried about that structure, but getting the right advice will help you move forward and not misstep there. And I feel that actually leads you to financial independence. If you're someone who's already in a business where you work for yourself, you run your own business there. A lot of you are dealing with paperwork this month and filling in forms. Perhaps it's the end of tax year, or you're just staying on top of your administrative tasks this month. And I feel like you're trying to do both. You're totally bossing up there. You're keeping an eye on your finances, and you may be looking at reinvesting in the business in some way, or finding ways to expand your reach. I feel some of you could actually identify people who kind of are in the same industry as you, and they may be copying what you're doing. So just make sure that you protect whatever it is you're doing right now, trademark it, copyright it, patent it if it's an invention there for you as well, because the Devil card can indicate an energy here of you being aware that something isn't right with people, people replicating or copying, or, perhaps trying to take the credit for something. If you work in a company and you have a boss, it could be that, you need to copy other people into the email chain to highlight that the ideas are yours, because your boss may try to pass them off as their own. So just watch out for that too. Now, if some of you are currently out of work, some of you are very worried about the job market or the industry that you work in right now. There could be a lot of policies, rules, and regulations changing that have set you thinking there. But that King of Pentacles, it tells me that there is an energy of you putting yourself out there. You have a lot of smarts when it comes to your skill set. You're someone who's ambitious. I feel like you're very intelligent, of course. You're very practical. It's an energy of trade, so I feel like you're really good at what you do. You're a pro at the top of your game. That probably is why you've waited a long time for an opportunity to come your way. There may have been some that you liked, but perhaps you didn't get. That's because there was an opportunity that is about to come out of the blue for you, okay? Something that you have been manifesting, but you're surprised it's showing up. And you may have felt like this is probably something that's going to happen at the end of the year or into next year, but I feel it could materialize in November for you. And it is in alignment with your plans, but also it helps you earn more money so you can be financially free. Okay, so this could be a role that gives some sort of perks or benefits there, or offers a bonus perhaps for some of you. Especially, this card can tell me that some of you may actually decide to go into a corporate environment to earn more money. Not all of you, of course. A lot of you are like, no, don't want to do that. But it can be that you are utilizing your skills to get a role there where, of course, you will, I would say it's a bit of a standalone role there. I would feel that for some of you, there is this energy of like, and this may not resonate with all of you, but I feel like you're going to be very focused, very in control of the role. There may be the odd passing traffic, and what I mean by that is people coming to you occasionally, but mostly a lot of your correspondence will be online. Okay, that's something that's coming through there. It doesn't mean you're not going to interact with the company that you get this role from, but it feels like there's this energy of you feeling like you're hidden away, and that's not how they imagined your role to be. It just feels like you're doing your thing, you're quietly getting on with it, and you're really making an impact in it, and they're going to celebrate you regarding this role because you really make it your own. You work doubly hard than other people is what I'm seeing there, and they're going to be so impressed that I feel like they're going to try and make an opportunity for you so that you can elevate through the ranks. They're actually going to create a role for you in the future of this position, okay? Something that doesn't exist right now, but it will in your future, and they want to elevate you. They want to keep you around. So if you are searching for an opportunity, there is one coming on in. I would say you're going to be interviewed by two people, is what I see here. And I would say that one person, they are almost like the silent partner watching. They're very observant. This person, they may feel a little bit weird. I don't know. It's almost like you're talking to one person, but you're trying to direct the conversation to two, and they're just looking at you. It's like they're looking through to your soul. This person, their process in the interview process is to be observant, to watch your body language, all of the stuff. But you've got this. You know, you're in the room for a reason. They love your resume, and now you just have to highlight that you're the right fit for the job, which you are. Don't allow it to put you off. I feel like they are actually, even though they're looking at you, I do feel like they're going through something personal as well. And that keeps popping in and out of their mind. Even though they are fully engaged in the interview process, I feel some of their stare could be that they're drifting off into their personal world, and then they just remember to be back in the room. I feel they're fully supportive of you getting this role. So don't allow it to put you off, okay? So, yeah. Bring your A game, like I know you will, and I feel like you are going to get this opportunity. But also, I feel this opportunity, there's something hush-hush about it. So it can mean that perhaps, I would say if you're signing a contract, look at all the fine print, because there may be something, a hidden clause, or maybe they miss something in the interview process that are part of your duties in this. And you may be a little bit kind of like, that was a bit sneaky. Okay, they may try to give you a little bit of extra work there, but you clear it down in no time, whatever it is, because it's going to be different for all of you. So with a lot of love and respect, I'm going to remove myself from that energy, but this tells me a lot of you are detoxifying, you know, trying to remain in balance and harmony. Just move on by through life, get on with your task responsibility, stay on top of your financial goals, and just make this month work for you. I feel a lot of you are more looking forward towards December. This is kind of a bridging month there. Also, I would say there are a couple of people here. So perhaps some of you, I mean, you may be creating a co-alliance or a business, or perhaps you're talking about creating some sort of group in your neighborhood, or perhaps you're joining a group. For some of you, there is this energy, and I would say there could be some sort of conflict that you're dealing with within a family unit, okay? So this could be, and I'm just giving you an example, if you're in a relationship, this could be that perhaps someone in your family doesn't particularly like your choice of partner right now, and it can be that they make it hard. I feel this person in the month of November, they kind of let bygones be bygones. And you may not trust this at first, you're like, but I feel like this person, if they've been causing a bit of a rift or a challenge or a problem there, I feel like you overcome it. There's a togetherness here with this, and I feel like they may speak their truth at first. So if you're dealing with the fallout of an argument or the fallout of, I mean, it doesn't have to be to do with your partner. If you're single, for example, it could be that you just, you know, had some sort of conflict with a family member or a couple, because there's two here. And it can be that you stood your ground on something, your right to believe in your path, or perhaps, you know, you are asserting your life philosophy in some way and you're not allowing their expectations to fall upon you or limit you in any shape or form. You're mature enough to exert how you feel about a situation. So you may erect healthier boundaries there to highlight that you are you and that is your superpower, and that you're going to walk your own path. So I feel for some of you, if this is parents or guardians energy there, I would say that perhaps they're just a little bit worried about you and they want the best for you ultimately, and their fears are projecting into the relationship, because it looks like they're coming from a good place with the heart energy, with that Queen of Cups there, okay? And the Nine of Pentacles, it's almost like, yes, they have a vision of how you should lead your life, but also they acknowledge that they guide you and offer you solutions and kind of give advice. But with that Nine of Pentacles, they're aware that you need to make your own way, that you are independent. So for example, if, because the economy is pretty challenging right now, if you've had to move in with parents, or you are still living with parents, for example, sometimes, you know, we get on top of each other because, you know, we all have our ideas of how we should run our rhythm, things we like to do, alone time, privacy, you know, there's just a lot going on there. And sometimes it can be hard to be in your own rhythm, but also in the rhythm of other people. So if you're trying to manage that right now, I feel for some of you, you could withdraw in order to protect your privacy, perhaps spend more time in your room at the end of November, but it could be because you're working on a project. Or for some of you, this could be that, you know, you express yourself emotionally as to how you feel. The 12th house is going to make you feel extra sensitive about what people say, about your path, about the energies. You know, you may even find it troubling sleeping at some point in November, but this too shall pass. It's not something that's going to be with you long term there. And of course, you find a solution to an issue with anyone you're having conflict with. I mean, this doesn't have to be in the family unit. It can be that if you're in a working environment right now, perhaps you have a couple of people who are trying to micromanage you, or there's a lot of tension at work. Perhaps there's some people trying to rub you up the wrong way or cause a distraction, or there's some anger there or frustration. I feel like you're not allowing it to drain you, because of course the Devil card can be that you're looking at people who are energy vampires, and you are making sure that you stay away from those people or limit the interaction that you have with those people at this time. And it can be that, you know, you're still standing for what you believe in. You're not allowing them to micromanage you, and you find a diplomatic solution. I mean, some of you may even take it to HR and say, hey, look, this is becoming a real issue right now. I'm just documenting this. And I would say that a solution will be found. But, you know, there is an energy of feeling, especially with two people, if you're in a working environment, there could be this energy of feeling ostracized. Again, if you feel singled out or bullied in any shape or form, always take it to a higher governing body. This is not acceptable, but I feel like, you know, when it comes to a bit of a reshuffle in the working environment, those people have been causing an issue, not just with you, but with other people as well, and they will be exited at some point within the working environment. So it's just a case of time. Now, of course, removing myself from the energy, some of you may be going through some legalities at this moment. Could be a divorce settlement that you're going through, or perhaps there's some sort of issue with a previous employer, or even some sort of trading standards kind of court case that you're going through. I feel there is this energy of uncertainty around it. There's a lot of politics in this. There's a lot of, I would say, underhandedness, because initially you have these two cards in the resistance position. Someone is definitely not telling the truth, and it's not you, because we've got the Justice card here, which is all about truth, integrity, and leading with information and facts. You know, you're just bringing the facts there. You're fully invested in this. You may have even, you know, got some good quality financial advice or a representative there who's going to help you. The truth will out. Okay, so if anyone is like being a little bit loose with the truth there, I feel this person tends to struggle with the truth from time to time, but monumentally so in this. What is hidden will come to light, okay? And I see that it'll be a long process, but there is a nice rewarding settlement. There's some sort of compensation here for you. Stick to the facts, present everything in chronological order, get everything date stamped, all the information. If there's anything you can't find that you need, I would say go hunting for it. It'll take you a while, but you will find it there. But lead with integrity and you get rewarded. So I just want you to be aware of it. You'll be free of it, but, you know, I feel like you'll get what is owed to you, whatever that means. So I'm going to leave it there as well. And if you're going through a divorce, I'm sending you a huge hug out there and so much love. Can be very challenging and very draining, of course, but you have the power to see this through, and I feel like the outcome that you deserve will benefit you there. And of course, you'll be free and single to mingle. And I do see in your future that you will have a lot of attention. So if you do want to, you know, have a relationship in your future, I really feel like you're having a glow up after this, and that, you know, you are going to attract a lot of attention. But with the moon energy, you may be a little bit hesitant to get into a relationship straight away. So there will be a waiting period. Okay. So I'm going to remove myself from this energy. Now, of course, I just want to take this step by step for you. There's a lot of people here, so a lot of you could be very sociable during this period. I mean, your 12th house is going to make you feel a little bit withdrawn. So I see that at the beginning of the month there, probably, you know, the end of the first week into the second week of November, you're going to be a little bit more withdrawn in order to focus on your projects, be disciplined, organized, and structured with your time. But then the latter part of November, a little bit more sociable, spending time with people. I mean, the Queen of Cups can indicate that you are so ready to fall in love. Okay, so if you're single and looking for love, I mean, we've got a King of Swords here, so this is your card. So this can be that you're thinking about love and relationships and a soulmate, and if you feel like you've been left out in the cold by the universe, I really feel this is a great time to get yourself out there. You may be noticing that you've been hidden or withdrawn for a while, or perhaps there's things that, you have not been interested in recently and you haven't been going out there. So I feel like you find a way to connect this month, especially because your 12th house is about connections as well as withdrawing. It's connecting to your higher self. So it can be that, you're having more confidence within yourself. And your 6th house is literally about investing in yourself in the best way and getting involved, integrated in different aspects of your life. So whether it is getting down the gym for fitness, or whether it is going to work and saying yes to after work drinks, even if you don't do that normally, or whether it is some sort of team building exercise that you normally hate. This month, I feel like you may enjoy it a little bit more there. A lot of you may even join organizations or group activities, connecting to hobbies, building new friendships, finding your soul tribe, and actually putting yourself in a position to be seen, especially when it comes to romance there. But the maturity card is there. So a lot of you, this is a big soul searching month for the collective. So you will be influenced by that Scorpio energy. And this can be as you get older, you start to look at how you feel like things are settling down, how things are feeling like a lot of pressure. You're managing a lot of things right now. But the Queen of Cups is you going after your dreams and your goals and sorting through your emotions, understanding yourself a little bit more and leaning into self-care. So I would say a lot of you may be curious about self-care practices this month as well, because your 12th house asks you to look after your well-being. So this could be through meditation, mindfulness, journaling, Reiki, could be like flotation tanks. It could be spas, retreats. Maybe it's just journaling, and maybe it is just self-help books and podcasts. But, this could also be you going to bed earlier, because at the beginning of your reading, I heard something and I was like, did I really hear that? But then it went so quickly. I was like, I'm not sure. So I couldn't really call it. I couldn't really say what I heard because I thought I heard something, but it wasn't solid. But I'm hearing it again now. And I'm just hearing 2 words: midnight sonata. Midnight sonata. So either, a sonata is a song, right? So it can be that you're, maybe listening to music or frequencies as you sleep in order to help you with meditation there. For some of you, you could be listening to music frequencies because we've got the maturity card. It can be like to recalibrate your chakras or your hormones in some way. Midnight sonata could also mean that you're going to a late night party, for example, or it can be that you're making a declaration to self to be in bed before midnight so that you can actually recalibrate your hormones and your body and get a better night's sleep. I'm not really sure what midnight sonata means. This could literally be a song. I think there is actually a famous classical song. Is it a Mozart? Midnight Sonata. I'm not sure. I'm going to probably get that wrong, but my guys are just giving me those 2 words, Midnight Sonata. So yeah, this could be that you're going to meet a person where there is chemistry, a tryst, a midnight sonata with a person. So yeah, I'm hearing it with that Queen of Cups, but I feel this is more you leaning into being a best friend to yourself and feeling emotional security in yourself. And I feel this is about you maybe even learning more about your healing abilities. You may be noticing that you attract a lot of people who have some sort of toxic cycle or traits, or people who feel like they're at their lowest ebb coming towards you. You may notice that actually you have a healing energy and you're the sort of person who offers good counsel and good kind of guidance to people. And there could be a person here who really asks your advice on something and they ask you to keep it private, which of course you would keep a secret. You're ride or die. And I feel like you really help this person through a bind. You help them work something out, because I feel this person comes to you for something. But coming back to your own energy there, I feel with that King of Swords, this is about coming back into the rhythm of your life. And of course, this is about you like thinking about everything. like thinking about your emotions, your experiences, how strong you've had to be for the part of your life that you've been going through, how you've shown up for the people around you. So you may be noticing friendships evolving or changing in some way, which I feel like you're a little bit disappointed by, okay? And you may be seeking to understand why you are detaching from these people, but I'm being shown a leaf in the water right now. I feel for some of you, people come into our lives for a reason and a season, and perhaps, you're outgrowing that part of the relationship at this moment in time, or the relationship is evolving into something new, and you're going through a period of growth. I would say, don't overthink it, just feel your way through it, because the Queen of Cups is all about your emotions, your feelings, but there is something a little bit more practical about you this month where you feel like you need to compartmentalize in order to remain on target. Okay, now King of Swords is giving me strong energy about language learning. So some of you may be actually learning a language during this period, or thinking about putting yourself on a course of learning in order to expand your vocabulary or your language in some way. Some of you could be interested in downloading a course online, but also I feel this is a period, personally, in mending, mending the past, very cathartic energy for you, because you could have got any King of Swords. There's two in this deck, and you got the one with the needle and thread on it. So I feel a lot of you are looking at how life, people, situations, conversations, everything is connected. And sometimes it's really hard, but it will help you mend aspects within yourself and create a pathway forward for you to accomplish whatever it is you set out to do in accordance with your mission, because everyone has a mission there. Now, thoughts really do become things, so I feel like you're trying to foster a more positive mindset, or catch yourself when you are triggered to having any intrusive thoughts there. And if you are in a career, I would say what's on your mind right now is expansion in your career. If you work for a company, I do feel that there is an energy for you to kind of do something more independently, but I feel like the title is kind of the same. Okay, so it's not really a sidestep, but it just feels like they're kind of on the same level there for you. And I feel a lot of you, this is something that's hush-hush again. So you may have an appraisal during this month, or a conversation with people in positions of authority to offer you an opportunity. And I feel like it'll give you more money, okay, but I feel there may be no more room for maneuver in this role. So you may contemplate what you're going to do with that. I feel it's a great benefit to you, but also I feel a lot of you are thinking about running your own practice there, because I feel a lot of you are very practical. You're thinking about money. I mean, if you're retired right now, a lot of you could be seeking guidance legally regarding your 401ks and your pensions at this time, in order to enjoy your retirement and feel more financially free, so you don't have to worry about your finances. I mean, a lot of you with the Justice card, you could be protecting your finances through trusts, or learning about generational wealth in some way, or you could be looking at inheritance, writing wills and things like that. I know that sounds like, whoa, nobody likes to think about those practical things, but some of you may be like, okay, I need to do this. This month may be triggering you to do that. And I feel like it's just a load off your mind. But the majority, I feel, it's you getting all your tasks and responsibilities done so you can be free of them to enjoy yourself, because there is a lot of enjoyment there at the end of the month with that Nine of Pentacles. Also, a lot of you getting out into nature. This is a card of manifestation, but also it tells me you're very gifted and talented at what you do. You're a pro at what you do, and it means that you are manifesting new pathways in order to be successful there. Literally, what you have in your mind, see in your mind there, you can have in your hand. That's what this card means. So I feel like you're doing everything you can, utilizing your resources to make life work. And there's going to be a sprinkling of magic there at the end of the month, because I feel something comes out of the blue that has been in the works for a while that you'll celebrate, and you feel so proud of yourself that you got it done, okay? But even though your 12th house and your 6th house are governing you, there is going to be a lot of fun there, but I feel a lot of you are maintaining and sustaining this month to keep life moving smoothly there. You're channeling your energy. Whenever there's pyramids in any imagery, it means that you are very grounded in your plans, you're sticking to those plans, and you're channeling your energy in order to elevate in some sort of frequency or success there. And I feel you're deep in thought, calculating your money, calculating your plans, and making sure, that you leave no stone unturned so that you can preempt every possibility to make sure that there are no surprises. Now, the moon energy indicates a desire to romance your life a little bit more, but also this can indicate that you have a strategy and it is very savvy. You're doing a great job. You're being very clever at what you are planning right now, and you are extending your reach. Of course, the moon energy, a lot of reflection going on there, deep in thought, and because the 12th house is the deepest part of your chart, you are going to be feeling more sensitive than usual. And of course, this is a time to commit to your higher self and commit to your rituals when it comes to a spiritual path or your life philosophy. I feel like you're going to have a deeper sense of awareness and receive important messages, especially in and around the moon cycles. The full moon in particular, so on the 5th there for you, but also on the 19th, this is going to bring revelation to you, and it'll help you to focus on something that's important to you and make major strides towards being successful in that. Now, I feel the moon is also a withdrawal, the ebb and tide to be in the flow in order to recharge your batteries. The Nine of Pentacles is get out in nature, really connect to the environment around you. But also I feel this is you having a physical glow up. So if you've been investing in your body, mind, and soul, which I feel a lot of you are, especially throughout the month of November there, you're literally going to see the results of that at the end of the month and feel so good about yourself. I also see a lot of you looking at the things that you're tempted to connect to that could sabotage in some way. So the quick fix if you're on a diet, or, the excess if you've been like not drinking for a while, or perhaps, some of you, there is an energy, and we're about to move into Mercury retrograde. So some of you could hear from an ex, and if this person has been a little bit loose with the truth in the past, or they have strung you along in some way, I would say be wary of this person because they're still physically like super into you and super attracted to you there. But I feel looking at the energy, you're like, no, I'm all good by myself. You'd rather be alone than have someone just waste your time. And I feel like there is a wonderful freedom and independence on that. So a lot of you, this could be a cathartic release or closure from a situation that perhaps you have been stuck in for some time or caught in a loop with for a while as well. Now, Nine of Pentacles, I love this card because, of course, this indicates that, you are someone who can make anything work, anything you turn your hand to there, you're sticking to your plans, and you are tenacious in making sure that you commit and get everything done. I feel this is also a card that, especially since you have the Justice there, a lot of you could be looking at security practices. So some of you could be like getting camera security for your home. I mean, I don't see anything negative here. The Devil card can indicate it's just a worry, just for peace of mind, as it were. So you may be getting like cameras, or you may be looking at your internet security in some way, or changing a password on your email, just in case. It's like the Moon card, it's like sometimes people feel uncertain with especially the times that we're in. So a lot of you could be just having that on your mind. Again, I don't see anything negative to be worried about here, but I feel like some of you may be just contemplating that at this time. I feel a lot of you, there is this need for more independence right now as well. So some of you could have a date night with yourself, or perhaps you are going to go off traveling by yourself. I mean, you may be going traveling, but it doesn't seem to be your primary focus this month. More than anything, I feel like you're on top of your financial goals, trying to be independent of debt or take down debt. Or for some of you, you may be utilizing debt as a leverage tool to make more money. Now, I'm not sure how that would work out, but if you're doing it with other people, always make sure you get a contract. Make sure everyone is on the same page there. A lot of you are signing contracts. I feel with that Nine of Pentacles, some of you are literally upgrading your cell phones or cars, or upgrading something, your house, or, I feel with that King of Pentacles there, you could be making a large purchase, signing a contract, and some of you may even be gifting or surprise someone a large gift. Remember, they love you. It's not about how much you spend. It's about how much, connection you have, how much you feel for each other. And it's just the little thoughtful things, of course, that matter. It doesn't always have to be a large purchase there, but some of you, if it's gifting period, I would definitely say that be mindful of that. I feel like you're going to find what you want for a really good deal anyway, because the Nine of Pentacles is to save some money and give out only a little. But I feel a lot of you also could be looking at your energy levels, how much you give out of yourself, how drained you felt recently. I feel like you're trying to stay more on top of your energy levels and your health at this time so that you don't feel completely drained. I would also say that this is a great time if you are creating something to get your work out there to be seen. Okay, I would say that this is a great time to not be in the shadows, to be really proud of yourself and say, hey, I did this. Whether you're utilizing online social media platforms or promoting yourself in some way, or, you know, even if you're retired, you may feel that you go unnoticed, that you blend into the background, you're not seen. I feel like this is you stepping into your rebel phase in this Scorpio period, reconnecting to who you are, feeling more like yourself than you've done for a long time, connecting to group activity and connecting to things that feel exciting, that make you feel integrated in some way, and actually holding your own, being someone who is born to stand out. But perhaps you've been with that moon energy a little bit under the radar or off grid for a little bit. I feel like you're getting more integrated and having this sense of independence. I mean, even if, for example, you are retired, you could have family members who they care so much about you, but they may overcare, and you're like, hey, I just want a little bit more independence. Remember, I brought you up. You know, I guided you as the next generation. So you may be kind of re-exerting that independence there and saying, you don't have to be worried about me all the time, or you don't have to keep tabs on me. I'm doing my own thing. I'm freewheeling right now. So for some of you, you could be dealing with those energies. But I would say this card in particular is really relevant for your month ahead. You're a visionary, and a lot of you, that vision is going to make you rich or keep you financially secure. So it says number 12, that's hangman energy, so new knowledge. A lot of you could be downloading courses or learning more about yourself and what you're capable of, how strong you are. It says creativity is a driving force in your life. When you have the magician there, the magician creates by exploring, trying a little ingredient here, little ingredient there, and I feel the universe is going to offer you all the ingredients you need in order to explore and make something truly magical in your life. But it says here, your imagination is rich and you are able to express your feelings and insights in unique ways that others can benefit from. I am a visionary. So I feel a lot of you are taking those ideas to the next level. Don't overthink it. We've got number 22. I am aligned there, and it says here, you are in possession of incredible creative powers, and it is assured that you can achieve anything you wish. The magician, again, asks you, what is your focus? Because your focus is where you will see the most results. Okay, so if you're focused on your diet, you're going to see the results in your body. If you're focused on your career, you're going to see the results in your money. If you're focused on, you know, your friendships, you're going to see the most rewarding conversations and togetherness and unity. So again, it's all about your focus this month. I feel a lot of you, you're focused on your responsibilities and duties at this time. I am expressive. So your 12th house is you ruminating on who you are, what you want. Also, even doing a lot of healing, but connecting to, you know, beyond the veil. So a lot of you are going to receive a lot of downloads. You're going to feel presence of guides there, sending you images, logos, signs and symbols to highlight that you're protected and directed. But it says here, your mind is wide open and you are tolerant and compassionate towards all ways of life. You value freedom of expression and you want to improve the conditions of people and yourself, whether it's in your community, your country, or the world at large. And I definitely see that you have something interesting to say. And you could go global with that because this is an international card. So your words can actually build bridges and also, foster relationships abroad if you're trying to expand in those areas. Even if you're retired, you may be deciding to go abroad and retire there. You may be learning the language or just picking up the language as you submerge yourself in that as well. But we've also got I am supported. And I definitely see that you are. It says, your angels are encouraging you to continue on your present life path with diligence and determination, and even greater success will come in the future. As I said, I feel like this is a bridging month for you, where you kind of like maintain and sustain, and the best is yet to come. So I feel a lot of you are serious about your goals. You're taking things to the next level, and you're wanting to connect to things that bring joy, but also independence there. We've got a key. Okay, the key, of course, unlocks your destiny. I would say as well that the key is an energy of soul searching. It is about seeking answers to certain questions. And I would say this is also connected to your path. And remember, and this was given to me by my guides a couple of days ago, which was, old keys cannot open new locks. And I feel like you're about to enter some sort of new chapter in your life, and you're leveling up in some way. And this is about, either reshaping the keys or throwing the old keys away and exploring the new keys, or investing in new keys, because I definitely see here that, you are more footloose, fancy-free, less pressure, less worry there. And it's a nicer pace, but I feel like you're working towards that at this time, and the rewards will come. I see a lot of you seeing the actual benefits and rewards at the end of November as well. You're seeing things take shape. So that's very exciting as well, okay? But I feel like this is a comfortable month for you, staying on top of things, and perhaps limiting your interaction with anyone who tries to be negative, rain on your parade, or drains your energy, is an energy vampire, okay? So I'll leave it there, my beautiful Gemini. I hope something resonates in some shape or form. Thank you so much, and love and light.